This image on the bottom is very light, so we would probably put our black image on this file. And then in this other image we have, as you can tell, it's very dark down in the bottom. So on this photo we'd probably put our white image. Let's go ahead and start with the dark photo. As you can see, I have this photo highlighted up here in the tab bar. Right next to it I have our white signature file. Let's click on the white signature file, and in order to move it, if you look up here into the toolbar, this is our move tool. If you hover over the tool, you'll get the text version of what the tool is. You can also, instead of moving around and clicking on this icon, you can tap the V key on your keyboard, and that will also select the tool. What we want to do is hover your mouse right over the signature file, click on it, and drag it up and hover over the image file until that file comes into view. Then, while still holding your mouse down, drag the signature file into your image and release. Now you see we have, as a new layer in the layers menu over here, we have a new layer containing our signature file. With this signature file now and the move tool still highlighted, you can click on the file, the layer, and move the file anywhere you want in your image. Let's go ahead and we'll just put it right here for now, and then release your mouse. You notice the bounding boxes, and as you move around the bounding boxes, your cursor changes. When you get to any of the corner squares, you'll get a double-headed arrow pointing on an angle. If you click and hold, you will scale your image proportionally. That way you won't deform your image anyway. And this is how you make your image any size you want. Let's just go ahead and we'll make it this size. And we'll go ahead and accept that. Now, looking at the image file, the signature file, what if we wanted to rotate it at a different angle? I don't know if I would rotate this one because of the company name down here on the bottom, but to do that, just put your cursor outside the bounding boxes and you see it changes to a curved arrow with double heads. While you're seeing that, click on your left mouse button and that'll allow you to rotate your image any way you want. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it level like that. We'll go ahead and click and accept. Let's go ahead and click on the background layer in the layers panel. And let's see what this looks like in a larger view. You can click on the magnifying glass up here, which is your zoom tool, or you can see the keyboard shortcut there, Z. Click on tap the Z key, and which will also select your zoom tool. I'll just go ahead and click right here, and you see we have a little magnifying glass with a plus sign. Just click a few times on your image, and then if you hold the space bar, your icon will change to a hand. Click your left mouse button and you can move your image around anywhere you want. We're just going to move it right here for now so we get a better view. Okay, so now we have our white image on our file, but if you notice, the black background is showing too, and it's covering up part of our image. So how do we correct that problem? Let's make sure that our text image is highlighted. We're going to click on that layer, highlight that layer. And if you've never used layer blend modes before, this is going to be a good example of the power and what you can do with blend modes. Click on the normal blend mode button and you'll get a drop-down box. One thing I want you to remember, if you have a white signature, remember screen. Okay, so here is the normal blend mode. These blend modes in this area here will darken the layer in some method. The blend modes here will all lighten the layer in some manner. The blend modes in this section will lighten the layers by eliminating the black color in your image. So remember I said white text screen. Click on the screen, and if you look at your layer, it kept all the white in the layer but eliminated all the black. So now we see that our blend mode for layer 1 here, our text layer, is screen. And again, once you get the black eliminated from the layer, if you click the V key to highlight your move tool, then you can again move the layer any way you want. You can rotate it in some manner. And again, you can go ahead and resize. Let's just go ahead and accept this. This is probably a little bigger than I would do, but let's go ahead and accept it just as an example. We'll click on that, and let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and put it right here. How's that? Click on the background layer to get rid of the bounding boxes, and now we have added a white signature to our image file. If you wanted to see the whole image again, you can click on the zoom tool to highlight it, and these are your zoom options down here: print size, fill the screen, fit the screen, and 1:1, which is 100%. So let's go ahead and just hit fit screen, and there you have the image with your signature file. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't like the positioning, so let's go back up here to the layers menu, highlight the layer, select our move tool right here, and go ahead and just move it right about down to here, which I think is better. So then we'll go ahead and click on the background layer, and there we have our signature file on our new image. As before, you have layers. If you want to save it as a JPEG, you have to flatten the image. If you think at some point you're going to want to come back and change this image, then you will keep both layers and save it as a PSD file. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. We're just going to let this sit. Let's move on, and we'll look at this photo. Now, this is another photo that I took, and if you notice, the edges of the photos, I applied a white vignette to basically hide what was showing up down here that I didn't like. So as you can imagine, a white signature file down here is not going to work real well. So let's go ahead and add our black signature file. So here's our black signature file. You can tell by the pointer icon we have our move tool selected, and as you can see over here, this is the move tool. Let's go ahead and click on this image, hold the left mouse button down, put the pointer over your image that you want to move the signature file to, and move it back over the new image, and then release. And there you have your signature file on the new image. And you can see here's the signature file layer showing as layer 1. With our move tool selected, let's go ahead and move the signature down to the bottom. I'm going to tap the Z key on my keyboard to get my zoom tool. You can see the new icon there, and I'm going to click on it a few times to make the image larger, and then I will hold the space bar down to get the little hand symbol and then move the image up so I can see what I'm working on. Okay, release the space bar, you're back to the zoom tool. Okay, let's move the text image around a little bit. So we'll select the move tool again, and let's put it right about down here. Let's make it just a little larger, maybe like that. We'll go ahead and accept that change. And now we're going to eliminate the white from this image, just keep the black signature. To do that, again, we go up to make sure layer 1 is highlighted, which it is. Go up to the blend modes, click on it, and remember, with a black signature, remember multiply. When you select multiply, that blend mode eliminates all of the white from the image. So let's click on that. The white is gone and our image is now showing through that layer, and all we're seeing is our black signature. So let's go ahead and click on the background layer, get rid of the bounding boxes. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and zoom out. I'll hit Z on the keyboard, get to our zoom tool, and I'll select fit screen. And there is our image with our text layer. You know what? I'm not sure if I like where that's positioned again. So I'm going to click on the text layer. I'm going to tap V on the keyboard to get our move tool. And let's just go ahead and put it right about there. And I think that'll work right. Click on the background layer. I'm going to zoom in again and just take one more look. Hit the Z key. You see our zoom tool is highlighted, and just click right where you want to look at. Hold the space bar down to get the hand so you can move the palette around, and there we have it. That looks to be pretty good. Okay, so here again, if you want to go back and you think at some other time you're going to want to make further changes, save this file with the layers. It'll save as a PSD file, which is a larger file because of the multiple layers. If you want to save it as a JPEG and still want to save the original image without your signature, you will do a save as and then rename the file any name that you can remember. And that's about it. Let me go ahead and zoom out. We'll go fit screen again, and there we have our two images with our signatures on them. And hope you liked the video. That's it for now.